So let me tell you a story. In 1996, the NBA added a new team to the league. They went by the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, in the 90s and the early 2000s, they were ass. It was mainly just the Mike Bibby and Sharif Abdul-Rahim show. But then, in 2004, they made their first playoff appearance, led by a young Pau Gasol, Shane Battier, James Posey, and White Chocolate. Not a bad squad, just wasn't really going anywhere. Then they sucked for a bit more, and here we are coming into the new era, the 2010s era. Early in the 2010s, they had Rudy Gay, who was just a great scorer for them. They also had Marc Gasol, just a defensive specialist who could also get it done on the offensive end. Never really an amazing rebounder, however. Then they have Mike Conley, who's been probably one of the top 10 point guards for a long time now, one of the most underrated point guards we've ever seen. They also had Z-Bo, just a beast in the low block, just could score pretty much on command in the post. They also had lockdown defender Tony Allen, who's been one of the best perimeter defenders for a very long time in the league. And then they also had a young OJ Mayo, who looked like he could be a promising scorer, but just drugs got in the way and his career kind of fell off, and then he got kicked out of the league for 2 years. And now, here we are. We still have Marc Gasol, we still got Mike Conley, we still have Tony Allen. However, we don't have Z-Bo, we don't have Gay, we don't have OJ Mayo. And with how stacked the Western Conference is right now, with the Warriors, the Rockets, the Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder, like, is now really the time that we should be trying to contend? Because our two best players in Conley and Gasol are both over 30. Now, when I explored the trade options for them, I actually got some pretty interesting offers. The Nuggets were offering us Nikola Jokic, 22-year-old center, who looks like he'll be a perennial all-star someday, for Marc Gasol. And we also got some interesting offers like Andre Drummond, LaMarcus Aldridge, Jeff Teague for Mike Conley, so the value is definitely there. However, when we look to move them, we would probably want some younger players. So, here's the implication that I placed on the team. If by the trade deadline they're not at a top 5 seed in the Western Conference, we're just going to blow it all up, trade Gasol and Conley for young players and picks, and pretty much whoever else we can possibly trade. Now, one trade that we didn't make to start off the season is Chandler Parsons. I mean, as a 6'10" white guy who's been known as a shooter his whole career, who couldn't friggin' shoot the ball last year. So, on top of having $23 million in his contract, not exactly someone you'd want. So we traded Chandler Parsons and like a bunch of second round picks, because they don't ever amount to anything in 2K, for TJ McConnell, a nice backup point guard for us. Also a young player who looks like he could develop pretty decently into maybe a starting point guard, although probably a backup. Now, one other interesting thing that I would like to mention is we do have Ben McLemore now. McLemore hasn't shown too much in his NBA career thus far, but he played in freaking Sacramento. Like, come on, did you really expect him to shine in Sacktown? I didn't either. But he did on Twitter, on the Grizzlies Twitter, I might add, share some of his, like, goals and aspirations. Like, he had a written down list of some of the things, like he wanted to be most improved player. He wanted to, I forget what some of the other things were, but he really does seem like he wants to become a really freaking good NBA player, and a really good scorer. And he does have the tools to do that. I mean, he can shoot, he can put the ball on the floor, he's a great dunker. So, we're going to give him all the shots he wants. He's going to be leading our second unit. He's going to be the second scoring option for us, behind Marc Gasol. So, depending on how that goes, that may be interesting. Who knows if he can ever develop into a starter for us, or maybe just like a sixth man. We're going to have him as a sixth man, at least until the trade deadline, when we might trade Conley and Gasol, but who knows. And yeah, I don't really have too much else to talk about. Troy Daniels looks nice as like a young shooter. I just don't think he can really develop into anything more than just a spot shooter. I don't really think he'll become too much of a defensive player, not really a playmaker. Just, yeah, I don't really see him being a starter for us ever. We also have Brandon Wright off the bench. He's just an okay backup center. Power forward spot, we actually have Deontay Davis. I think it's Deontay. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really too sure because I'm a horrible YouTuber and I don't look these things up. He looks to be a decent rebounder for us. He's also a really nice dunker in 2K, so we could definitely use that. Holy voice crack. But yeah, and then we also have Ivan Rabb off the bench, just pretty much the same player, just not as good, just really a rebounder and not too much else. And yeah, that's the video. I'm out.